Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. Ako si Francis Orcio at ito ang Panayam sa Panahon TV. Ang pagbibisikleta ay isa sa mga kilalang mode of transport at recreational sport sa Pilipinas. Sa katunayan, sa gitna ng mga suspensyon at paghihigpit ng mga public transportation sa bansa nang dahil sa pandemya, maraming mga Pilipino ang umasa sa bisikleta bilang alternatibong transportasyon. Ngayong taon, ilang organisasyon ang magsasama-sama upang magkaisa sa pagsulong ng cycling culture dito sa ating bansa. Kung ano ang kanilang inihahanda, makausap natin ngayon sina Josephine Santos, si Miss Say, Head of Marketing, Events and Customer Relations Department ng Ngayong Zigma Cycle Corporation at Head Organizer ng Philippine Cycling Festival, at si Christian David Alacar o si Sir Ian, President of Interval Gear Events Management and Co-Head Organizer ng Philippine Cycling Festival. Magandang umaga at welcome po sa Panahon TV, Sir Ian and Ma'am Say.
Hello. Hello, Francis. Good morning.
Good morning po. Ayan po. Alam kong excited na rin yung mga manonood natin ngayon, lalong-lalo ng mga mahilig magbisikleta. Kaya alamin natin kung ano po ba ang Philippine Cycling Festival o ang PCF at sino-sino ang mga nakaisip at bumuo ng PCF.
Okay, so Francis, just to let you know, usually ang tawag natin sa Philippine Cycling Festival, yan tama nga ikaw, is PCF. So yung PCF, it's actually started with me or actually yung organization namin, which is Ngayong Zigma Cycle Corporation, and with Interval Gear Events Management. Kasi for the 4 years na nag-events kami with Interval Gear Events Management, this is one of our projects to develop a cycling community. Kasi based doon sa mga nakikita naming events, so usually nagkakarera sila, di ba? Tapos may separate expo tayo. So we actually came up with an idea na bakit hindi tayo maglagay ng races tapos may expo din tayo, as well as we can enjoy food and music all together. So the Philippine Cycling Festival is actually geared towards developing yung cycling culture natin dito sa Philippines, to pattern it with the international kind of cycling festival. Katulad sa nakikita natin sa Eurobike Show, tsaka sa Vietnam, ganun. So wala kasi tayong ganun dito sa Philippines. So aside from this activity, we also geared it as a grassroots program for aspiring athletes and of course kids to learn that cycling ay hindi dangerous. And it is actually a healthy thing or unhealthy activity that we can do to strengthen our immune system against this COVID-19 pandemic. So we also wanted to address, yun nga, na nasabi mo kanina dun sa spill mo, is that there are a lot of new cyclists during the pandemic and it has actually become one of the sought out after mode of transportation. So for the Philippine Cycling Festival, we wanted it to be an avenue for this cyclist to learn about cycling and to actually learn how to share the road. So yun yung goal natin with the Philippine Cycling Festival.
Okay, thank you, Miss Say. And for Sir Ian naman, Sir Ian, ang Philippine Cycling Festival ay sanctioned o kumbaga regulated ng PhilCycling o yung Integrated Cycling Federation of the Philippines. Para sa mga manonood natin, maaari nyo bang ipaliwanag ang ibig sabihin nito at kung ano nga ba ang PhilCycling at ang kinalaman nito sa idinaraos na programa?
PhilCycling is our NSA. It's the governing body of the cycling community here in the Philippines. PhilCycling kasi, the federation, of course, sila yung naglalatag ng rules ng UCI sa ating mga communities at sa ating mga races kung paano ito patakbuhin ng maayos at naayon sa international standards. So we applied for it. Now, what we wanted kasi for PCF is that yung mga participants natin will have a chance to compete abroad later on or to be a part of the national team and to experience yung isang international class na karera. So, we adhere dun sa rules and regulations ng ating NSA, ng PhilCycling, at saka, most importantly, sa UCI. Kaya, we also requested to have national commissars for our events, and then at the same time we ask them guidance doon sa ating mga activities.
Thank you, Sir Ian. For me, Say, ano po muna yung layunin ng event na ito?
Okay, so the first objective is cycling culture. Okay, so yung objective natin is to develop our own Philippine cycling culture na yung kasama yung diversity ng activities ng tao, to integrate yung learnings natin through cycling. Okay? So next is grassroots program. Okay? So since cycling has been in the Philippines for more than 30 or more than ilang years na rin, nagsimula yan dun sa Marlboro, di ba? So during that time kasi, there's a lot of Filipinos who are actually wanting to compete internationally also. So PCF would be, ang plano kasi dito is to be a training ground for this kind of people na wanted to compete for the country. Katulad nga nung mga nakaraang SEA Games nga, di ba? So we wanted people to know how races goes, to learn how to adhere to the international rules, and of course, to be scouted by local continental teams natin. So, yun yung avenue na gagawin natin for the grassroots program. Aside from this one, we highly encourage kids or parents to let their kids explore cycling, to adapt it to the lifestyle ng mga kids. Okay? So, another objective for the Philippine Cycling Festival is a celebration of cities or tourism that actually adhere or who wanted to develop their own cities as a cycling center or a bike-friendly zone. So in regards with this, we partnered with Clark kasi we wanted to show that we have cycling-friendly cities. Okay, and it is not scary to bike around this kind of communities. Okay, so lastly, we wanted to raise market awareness for cycling. It is also, we wanted to endorse that we have our own cycling brands also in the Philippines. Like, kunyari, we have our own bamboo bikes, we have our own bicycle frames na dinadala dito sa Philippines or pinapagawa na local talaga. So we wanted to showcase that we have local products also here in the Philippines during the Philippine Cycling Festival.
So basically, Miss Say, it's not just a simple sport event, but also to strengthen our culture and to provide awareness sa pagbibisikleta at kahalagahan nito. For the next question, Miss Say, kailan at saan naman gaganapin ang Philippine Cycling Festival?
Okay, so the Philippine Cycling Festival, if you've seen in social media, it's gonna be happening on June 3 to 5, and the expo grounds will be at Clark Parade Grounds. So malapit siya doon sa Clark 4D Museum, if anyone is very familiar to that. Tapos, of course, this event, yung expo will start at around 8 a.m. Pero syempre, our races will also start earlier than that. So if you want to come to join the races, please be sure to be there around 6 o'clock ng umaga para maabutan natin yung opening ng gun start ng mga races natin.
Okay, so sa ating mga audience, you've heard it right. From June 3 to 5 ang Philippine Cycling Festival na gaganapin nga sa Pampanga. And for Mr. Ian naman, Mr. Ian, ano ang maaari nating asahan sa mga racing events sa Philippine Cycling Festival? May entry fees ba na kailangan bayaran at magkano ito?
Yeah, yung mga events muna natin. Well, on June 3, we have a criterium race. It's a road criterium. And then on June 4, we have 2 races, yung gravel race natin sa umaga, at tapos nun we have the Olympic cross country race naman ng lunchtime going sa hapon. Tapos on June 5 we have naman yung Cypora Cycling for All or a fun ride. So yung mga participants natin can register 2 ways, yung regular registration, and that's cost 850 pesos, and then there's also the VIP, which is 1,200 pesos. So participants will get then giveaways dito sa ating mga sa dalawang race fee natin. Ang difference lang nila doon sa 1,200, you will be getting a cycling jersey care of Shimano. And then the rest, you'll have a Manitou na water bottle, you'll have arm sleeves ng Pro, and then you have a laser na cap.
Napakarami pala talaga.
Shimano bag pala. There's a Shimano bag din.
Okay, thank you, Sir Ian. So napakarami pala talaga din. Kaya sa mga manonood natin, syempre, don't hesitate to join and participate sa event na ito. So Sir Ian, sino-sino naman yung mga maaaring sumali sa event na to?
Well, base doon sa kakayahan nila, tsaka doon sa edad din nila. Because yung races natin, it's based on the UCI age category. So coming from the youth, mula sa 14 to 16 meron tayo. Tapos juniors, tapos meron din tayong men master A, may open, may elite. So base sa kakayahan ninyo at dun sa hilig ninyo, may mga participants tayo na mahilig sa road bike, they can do the criterium. Meron tayong mga participants na adventurous, they can do the gravel. Kasi all-terrain race siya, may halong road, may halong outdoor, may river crossing, 4 na river crossing. At iba't iba yung terrain, may alikabok, may lahar, may putik. So yun, tapos kung gusto naman nila ng cross-country race, gusto nila ng jumps, obstacles, they can do the Olympic cross-country where they can use their mountain bikes or XC bikes. And then if they want to have fun and just ride with their friends or their family, they can do the cycling for all or yung Cypora natin.
Okay po. So since malawak ang maaring sumali dahil nga sa broad na criteria for whoever na magjo-join nga, may bike requirements ba, Sir Ian, na kailangan para sa event na ito?
Yes. May bike requirements tayo based din dun sa event na sasalihan nila. Actually, they can check out yung technical guide natin na naka-upload sa ating website, which is www.philippinecyclingfestival.com. Kasi halimbawa, sa road criterium, wherein road bikes lang yung pwedeng sumali doon sa atin. Tapos pagdating naman sa gravel, they can use gravel bikes and mountain bikes. And then for XCO races naman, it is of course mountain bike and XC specific sana if they're really competing for it. Pagdating naman sa Cypora, we encourage almost every type of bike except bikes without brakes. Yun talaga yung bawal na pasalihin natin. So yun. For technicalities, they can read yung technical guide po natin na nasa website.
Okay, thank you, Sir Ian. For Miss Say, sa mga nagparehistro na po at saka sa mga nais pang magparehistro, kailan at paano nila maaring i-claim ang race kits nila?
Okay, we have several claiming kit schedules kasi. So, we will be starting our early kit claiming schedule at May 27 to May 29. We already closed the registration for this. So, yung May 27 to 29 is actually a Manila claiming. They can claim it at our Neo Sigma Cycle Center na service center. So that is located in Santa Mesa. So for those who wanted to join pa dun sa claiming namin, we're sorry to announce na close na siya and limited lang talaga kasi yung kaya namin i-accommodate here in Manila. So for those na hindi nakaabot dun sa registration namin ng May 27 to 29, we highly encourage for them to claim it at Clark Quest Hotel sa June 1 and 2. So yung schedule naman for June 1 and 2, it will start at 8 a.m. and then it will end at 10 p.m. So kahit gabi, nandun pa rin kami para ibigay sa inyo yung kits nyo. So lastly, for the June 3, okay, so nag-criterium race na. Okay, so we are not allowing on the day race kit cleaning. Kasi, as far as you know, magkakarera na kasi kayo during that day. So, to avoid hassle and delay dun sa mga races or yung mga categories ng event natin and we have to finish on time, so we highly recommend yung mga magka-criterium race to claim their kits on June 2. So, bale, June 3, hindi na sila pwede mag-claim ng kits. Okay? So, ang pwede na lang mag-claim ng June 3 at expo hours, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., are those who will join the XC race and the XC, gravel, and fun ride race. Okay? So for the June 4 naman, so June 4, we're already doing our XC and the gravel race. Okay? So it means na yung mga galing sa criterium, sa XC race, hindi na sila pwede mag-claim ng kit on June 4. So ang aalaw na lang natin na mag-claim ng June 4 is yung mga sasali ng fun ride. So ulitin ko ulit, we highly recommend to get your kits one day before your race to avoid hassle at saka to avoid na delay doon sa race nyo. Okay? So, for June 5, we will not be having any claiming kasi nga we have no race day claiming. Yun.
Miss Say, bukod sa karera ng mga bisikleta, ano-ano naman yung mga dapat na abangan ng makikiisa sa PCF?
Okay, so for the PCF kasi, hindi naman siya para sa mga siklista lang, okay? So yung PCF is actually open to everyone, kahit hindi ka cyclist, kasi we wanted to share yung cycling for everyone. Okay. So for this one, we have an expo ticket fee, which is 50 pesos that everyone can avail. So yung 50 pesos na to is actually a 3-day pass doon sa expo. So it means if you buy this ticket, you can go to booth, buy merchandise, try our demo bikes, and of course, you can also watch yung concert. You can also participate doon sa mga activities ng sponsors natin, like yung mga announcement ng mga projects nila. Aside from that, you can also cheer on for your friends na sasali dun sa karera. So there's a lot of things that will be happening simultaneously doon sa race. So you won't really miss out. Aside from this pala, I have to add on, we also have yung mga bike rentals for kids or toddlers. So yun yung gusto namin sa mga parents, that you can bring your kids kahit wala silang bike, they can actually try to ride a bike. And of course, they can do yung picnics, as well as meron din tayong mga cycling talks and meet and greets with influencers. So for the cycling talk, this is for everyone to get to know ano ba yung cycling, safety ng cycling, ano ba yung mga gear na pwede nating bilhin para nagsisimula ka pa lang sa cycling. Ganun. So they will also be in depth on those kind of things. Para talaga to sa mga tao na parang gustong sumubok din ng cycling talaga. Ayun.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Say. So what about Sir Ian, may idadagdag ka ba na tiyak na magugustuhan ng ating manonood?
Yeah, aside from the merchandises and the talks, there's also musical and then there's food. So we're actually having 2 concerts. So on June 3, we have Grace Note, and then on June 5, we also have 6 Cycle Mind. So actually complete package talaga siya para sa mga riders natin. They can also do camping din sa area. So yung mga adventurous natin na mga kasiklo, they can have fun, and then they can have food, and then they can camp out. And of course, listen to good music.
Yeah. Sorry, to add on dun sa kay Sir Ian, we'll also be having yung bike project launch ni Clark. So kasi si Clark is actually cycling talaga, and they wanted to develop sa cycling. If you've been to Clark, it's really, really beautiful na kasi ang gaganda ng bike lanes nila. So as part of the Philippine Cycling Festival, and of course adhering or yung dun sa cycling culture natin, Clark will be launching yung mga bike stops project nila, bike lanes nila, and of course yung bike trail nila during Philippine Cycling Festival.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Say and Sir Ian. So ano po ang inyong mensahe sa ating mga manonood, mga kalahok, at yung mga maging sa mga kasiklo nating interesado sa kaganapang ito sa darating na June 3 to 5?
Okay, we would like to invite everyone to join yung Philippine Cycling Festival, because sa haba ng pandemic natin, cycling actually flourished, and it helped us sa ating mga livelihood, sa ating mga actually pangtanggal din ng stress. So this is the time na ginawa namin para mag-enjoy tayo, magkasama-sama tayo, and learn more about cycling, and actually learn how to share the road para maiwas din sa mga aksidente. At the same time din pala, yung isang message ko, yung event natin, it's not just about having fun and racing. We're also donating and giving away to our livelihood communities through our partner Metro Pacific Investment Foundation. So we've chosen several communities dito that are reliant to cycling. So we'll be helping them with their livelihood projects. So yun. So kita-kita po tayo ng June 3 to 5 dito po sa Clark Parade Grounds, and let's enjoy cycling, and also let's enjoy yung mga cycling trails natin dito sa Clark Parade Grounds.
Thank you, Sir Ian. What about you po, Miss Say? May idadagdag ka po ba?
Yes. Add on lang naman. Actually, I really wanted to invite everyone here sa Philippine Cycling Festival, because this is actually the first cycling festival, or one of the biggest cycling festival that will be happening in the Philippines. And I'm sure if we actually manage to build a community here in the cycling festival, magpo-continue din tayo through more years of cycling festival. Okay? So I also want to invite everyone, kahit hindi ka cyclist, kids ka pa lang, or you've been seeing shows about yung mga siklista natin dyan sa labas, that it's not scary to cycle at all. It's just a matter of learning how and learning where to cycle. So I want to invite everyone to join us kahit hindi ka siklista, to learn more about our culture, to learn about our experiences, and to, of course, try and experience for yourself. Kasi yun nga yung tagline natin with the Philippine Cycling Festival is love every ride and grow with it. So with that tagline, I want you to love cycling, and of course, we want you to grow with us also.
Thank you, Miss Say. Kaya sa mga manonood natin, lalong-lalo sa mahilig magbisikleta, sumali at makilahok sa gaganaping Philippine Cycling Festival. Kaya naman maraming salamat po sa ibinahagi niyong oras at impormasyon sa amin, Sir Ian and Ma'am Say. At yan nga ang mga dapat nating abangan sa kauna-unahang Philippine Cycling Festival. Kaya sa mga kasiklo, mga siklista, magkita-kita tayo sa Clark Parade Grounds, Pampanga, mula yan sa June 3 and to June 5. Maaari rin kayo magtungo sa official Facebook page ng Philippine Cycling Festival, facebook.com/PhilCycleFest para sa mga karagdagang mga impormasyon. Muli, ako si Francis Orcio at ito ang Panayam sa Panahon TV.